Well, parks here in the city of Las Vegas, as well as all across the nation, have just gotten a major financial boost, all thanks to the Great American Outdoors Act, which was largely supported by both the House and the Senate and signed into law by the president on August 4th. So what does this really mean for Las Vegas? Well, we caught up with Parks and Rec Director Greg Weitzel to find out. There may never have been a time quite like these recent months when we have come to rely on our parks, trails, and open spaces for physical and mental health. When March of 2020 hit and we looked around to find empty streets, schools, and businesses, one of the few places we knew we could visit was our neighborhood park.
In this time of pandemic, we have realized now that parks are more important than ever. This park today is filled with people, lots of activity. This is a safe place to come, a healthy place to come and get exercise, but also have that distance.
And as the country eased back open, it was our national parks where many of us turned for vacations, where we could get away without getting in each other's way. Well, now everything from city parks to national parks in the country are getting a huge financial shot in the arm thanks to the Great American Outdoors Act. This act will have two major benefits. It will help chip away at the backlog of maintenance work needed at our national parks, trails, visitor centers, and roadways, while giving local governments like Las Vegas more money to improve and expand parks as well.
They have over $12 billion in maintenance backlog, and this will help with that. But what's most important is the Land and Water Conservation Fund was permanently funded, $900 million a year for forever, which is huge for Parks and Recreation. That means places like here in Lorenzi Park are going to get a real boost over time with the grant funding that's going to come back to our city here.
We met Greg Weitzel in one of our older and one of our more used parks in the city, Lorenzi Park. He says a park like this stands to benefit greatly from this grant money.
We're here in Lorenzi Park because of the Land and Water Conservation Fund. That helped fund this park and get it built. It's been around since the 1960s. Unfortunately, it's not been funded fully, and only once since the 1960s. So this is, for now going forward, there's going to be a lot of grant funding available to help improve parks like this and also build new parks.
A specific example where we might see some of the money coming in the very near future?
The City of Las Vegas just applied for what's called the Outdoor Recreation Legacy Program. It's called ORLOP for short, for Charleston Heights Park, completely renovating that. We put in a grant for $1 million, and we're hoping to hear back from that soon. That's a great example of how this funding is going to come right into the City of Las Vegas to help us renovate our parks.
Of course, we have to apply for the money and match dollar for dollar. But with $900 million a year to go around, plus the $9.5 billion to begin clearing up the maintenance backlog at national parks, Weitzel believes the Great American Outdoors Act is a huge vote of confidence in the future of our parks and open spaces everywhere.
So lots of things are happening in the future, new trails, expanding our parks, fixing and renovating our older parks, and then building new parks. So it's really exciting for us.
Greg Weitzel says this is not taxpayer money. This money comes from royalties from offshore drilling.